and welcome to another 3-minute devotional. Today, I'm joining you from my grandparents' house, actually in Toledo, Washington. And this is the view right outside. You can see Mount Rainier way over there. We're continuing our series today on our favorite verses. One of my most favorite verses, one of the most pivotal verses in my life really, is Romans 8:28. And it says this, "For we know that God works all things out for the good of those who love Him and are called according to His purpose." This verse has been a foundational verse for me throughout, like I said, most of my life. But toward the beginning there of my Christian walk, I didn't know about this verse. It wasn't until several years into my Christian faith that I was sitting down with a mentor of mine at a coffee shop, and we were talking about testimony, and we were talking about how sometimes life seems really unfair in the moment. And he shared this verse with me, and he said, "Josh, I live by this verse because I know that whatever I'm facing, whatever I'm going through, whatever mistake I might have made, God is faithful to change it and work it into something good." We can strive to make things in our own lives better than it was before, but God can truly change something to make it wonderful. As I share this verse with you, I'm reminded of stained glass. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever worked with stained glass before. I'm pretty sure most of you have at least seen it. Beautiful pieces of art, little broken pieces of glass all put back together using solder. Most beautiful pictures I've ever seen were made out of stained glass. And a little side note, something you might not know, random fact about my wife, she can make stained glass and she does a really good job at it. Stained glass is beautiful because it's something beautiful from brokenness. When I look at stained glass and I think of this verse, I'm reminded that God truly does, work all things out for the good of those who love Him and are called according to His purposes. Brokenness can be turned into something beautiful if it's put back together in the right way. We are considered His art. We are His vessels, the potter and the clay, as the Bible describes. And when a clay pot breaks, you have a couple different options. You can put it back together or you can start over again. But some of the most beautiful artwork in the world is when something is broken and put back together. The Japanese have a method of putting pots back together where they use gold to fill in the seams. And what comes out of the brokenness is something more beautiful and more valuable than what was there before. So, today I wanted to share with you that verse and this beautiful view and remind you that if you're feeling broken, if things are going on in your life right now that are really tough, if you've made mistakes that you're looking at and you feel like you can never overcome those mistakes, I'm going to tell you this: give God that brokenness. Give God those mistakes, and He'll weld them and put them back together, and He'll make something more beautiful than what was there before. Thank you so much for joining me for today's devotional. Until next time, be blessed.